the God Squad you've always wanted. InstantMuttCoins.com. Instant delivery, cheapest prices, 24/7 support. Use code CC, 15% off. EA tax 10% is covered. Hey, what is going on, Madden family? And I've had something on my mind for quite a while. I had taken some notes recently on some things that I wanted to see change for Madden 20. Now, normally this is something you would do at the end of the year, right? But just in case that there's still time that the dev team could hear suggestions and make changes, that's what we want to cover. So I've just got 5 things here. Obviously, this is not all encompassing, but these are 5 things I think that need to change for Madden 20. I'm going to explain them and then give hopefully good reasons why I think that. And these aren't in order, but the first thing to me is more legends. And the reason why I say that is we've heard a lot recently that there's only so many players in the game to give upgrades to and such like that. We obviously can't expand the player pool in the NFL, right? But what we can expand on is more legends. Now, a lot of times with MUT, we think of legends as truly like legendary players, right? Deion Sanders, Lawrence Taylor. But there's also times throughout the year where we get players that a lot of times we don't really think of as legends. Hall of Famers, whatnot. So that's something I would like to see more of. More of every team. A little more excitement. As MUT seems to be gearing a lot towards theme teams, I think that would be very helpful to add a couple more per team, right? Not necessarily saying that those are how we go through Legend weekends, or how to implement giving us more, because we're in the typical 3 per week cadence. So could be 4 per week, and we could actually get more that way, or they could just give it to us in other ways. So that's something I would love to see for every team, for every team. Second thing is power-up changes. Now, we know that training used to run the market. It doesn't really run the market anymore. But there's a problem with training. And these are kind of obvious things, that when you power down to get a card back that you own, you have to pay for it. Now, I get if you're powering down training, right? If there's like a training slot, the cost of getting 50% back, it's a little steep, but I'm not going to die on that hill. But what I don't like is that it costs me coins to get my card back to sell or quick sell or trade or whatever it may be. And it maybe it doesn't seem like a big problem to some people, but to me it is. There have been times when, not for me in particular, but people I know had tried to get a card out to sell it to go buy a new card, and they actually didn't have enough coins to power down their own card. It's crazy. That's crazy to me that's a thing. If we're going to talk about other changes as well, the fact that you can't refund abilities and chemistries either, I don't like that at all, because a lot of times you would go from, and more importantly, something like this, sprinter to sprinter tier, times 2, or for certain abilities, especially receivers, right? Where at the beginning of the year, they could be given certain abilities, and they didn't hit the thresholds for the route specialists, or when route specialists came out, right? But route specialist is only available in the first slot. So if you had playmaker, see, look here, Randy Moss is a perfect example. I own playmaker on this Randy Moss, right? On this slot. I had to buy it again in the second slot to use it after I wanted this one. So playmaker ended up costing me 1,800 training. Now 1,800 training seems cheap, but at the time it was not so cheap. So that's something I would like to be taken care of. I understand why they only have route specialists in one slot. It helps out. Not break the game. Cool. Love that. But those are very, very simple things that I would like to see. And if we're going one step further, I would like that if you have a card, you don't need a power-up to change the team. You know, there's so many cards in this game that you need a power-up for to be able to use on your theme team, or not even on your theme team. Maybe if you're just... There's a guy who played on your team and doesn't have a power-up, and you wanted to, just put him in your lineup anyway because you're at like 24 or something. If you get to 25, you get a speed boost, right? So that's something I would like to see there for sure. The last part is part 3, consistency. In the beginning of the year, we had consistent programs, releases, dates, and times. That really went away starting in December. I don't like that. I like being on a bit of a cadence, even if it's just a general cadence of knowing that, hey, every 2 weeks, there's probably a promo coming. Who knows when anything is happening now? Sometimes we get limiteds on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. Sometimes we get nothing. It's just, they're just flying by right now and just picking times and days and whatever they want to do. Taking away the flashbacks, all that stuff was a really bad idea. It really was. And maybe that goes back to the first part of, if you had more legends in the game, then you'd be able to extend programs longer and be able to give more NFL players these cards, or even give the flashbacks to legend players. Crazy thought. But just more consistency, whatever it is, so we know what's coming. When I log on, I'm not wondering if we have content. I would either know that we do or know that we don't. I would like that. The one thing too, and EA has responded to this a lot better recently, and I give them credit for that, but it's the market versus packs. And what I mean by that is that with reward packs or even just packs in the store, the value you can get back in packs is really, really difficult. So from a points perspective, I mean, I think everything should be cheaper, but that's its own thing. But like the Ultimate Legends Fantasy Pack is 120,000 coins, right? Where is it? And here are the odds, right? So the odds to break even are 31% right now, which is pretty good, honestly. That's why these packs have actually seemed pretty good recently. If you look at other packs, a pack like this, it's at around 14% is the card you would need to break even to pull a single card. Right, the draft pack, again, 16%, right? A lot of these odds are really low, but where it really hurts them is when you get into these other packs where, like, now, you it's so hard to break even on a pack with coins. Now, if you're spending money, it's a lot easier because you're fine, but just keeping up with it, the way the touchdown packs have now been changed is great. It just took so long to get there, and we don't need that to happen. And I feel similar with Weekend League monthly rewards even, but I just want to be able to the packs, which is what drives a lot of MUT, needs to be able to keep up and change with the market more consistently. Sometimes that's up in the odds, sometimes that's changing the cost of the pack itself, right? Maybe it's just introducing a new pack instead. Whatever it may be, we just need stuff that keeps up with it, so that when you open with coins, you're not guaranteeing a loss, if that makes sense. And the last part, and there's a lot more that we could cover, and I'm sure you guys have a lot of other things that you would think. The thing MUT needs to do for 20, this is one of the biggest things, is less chemistries. I'm okay with team chemistries. Fine with them. I'm even okay with legend chemistries or zone runs or all that. But the addition of physical chemistries this year, the first couple months was great. It showed if you had Sprinter, you were in the elite, like an elite player with, not an elite player from a talent perspective, but a really good team, lots of money, coins, whatever it may have been spent, to give yourself that little bit of boost, right? But now, everyone has Sprinter on every card. And adding 2 speed was just not... In hindsight, it was just a bad thing. Some of this other stuff I'd be okay with. It's just speed, man. Like, adding so much speed to cards really hurts because it is such the driving factor of the desire of cards. When you're allowed to get a card, like right now, for say an Ultimate Legend comes out, right? That DeMarcus Ware. If you power him up, you have Legend Chemistry, Madden Coach, and Sprinter. He gets 5 speed. It's too much. It's too much. I'm fine with the way the Madden Coach works. I have no problem with that. Again, Team Chems, power-up system, fine with that. Even Legend Chemistry, I'm fine with that. If they wanted to change Legend Chemistry, instead of being to Legend Passing to just it covers +1 of everything but speed, I'd be fine with that. I just think that adding all these speed things on hurts things because you don't need to upgrade cards. And you're really just upgrading cards to people who you like or you want or whatever it may be. It has nothing to do with the ability of the card anymore because everyone is 99 speed. For the most part, except for linebackers, right? Linebackers and DNs. Everybody gets up there. It's a huge boost. So, instead of Sprinter, like I said, even if they didn't have any of them, I think I'd be okay with it. But just having these other ones, where you had to pick, do you want Shaker, do you want Leaper, Acrobat, Brawler, I wouldn't put speed on there. I just think that it would make the game a little bit better. It would make the team building a little bit more different. And I think that is something that is greatly missed this year. And I would like to see that. You know, speed is great. Everyone wants it. If it's going to come back, it needs to be more expensive. Much more expensive. And only be +1. Not +2. +2 is too much. +2 is too much. You know, if they want to do it differently, just take speed out from Legend Chems, take speed out from Sprinter and Brawler. It's fine. The game would be fine. You know, you wouldn't miss it. You wouldn't miss anything. And instead, you would actually be looking for cards who are fast. Right? That 97 speed card that drops, okay, now he can get to 99 with the power up. I like that. Otherwise, now you're like, oh, this card has 94 speed. He's a 99 speed now. It's a problem that every card becomes the same. Andre Reed with 94 speed is the same as Randy Moss with 99 speed. Just out the gate. So those are my issues. I'm sure you guys have a bunch more as well. So put them down in the comments below, because if someone happens to watch this video and they want to scroll down, they can see everything. That's awesome. So put it in there. Don't be mean or negative or hateful. Constructive feedback is what we were looking for here. This isn't a shit on EA show. This is literally, hey guys, here's a couple things I think that would really help the game go forward, and it would help us as players in the community enjoy MUT a little bit more, because I think MUT was really, really good this year. So let me say that at the end. So, yeah. I'm out. Peace.